Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, Steelers fans. You know how much the AFC North is always a dogfight, right? It's a division that's known for its grit, tough defenses, and star power. But this offseason, there's a potential move that could shake things up significantly. Specifically, a trade rumor involving the Kansas City Chiefs and the Steelers that's been making waves among insiders and fans alike. And it's all centered around Trent McDuffie, the Chiefs' talented cornerback. Now, before I get into the details, let's set the scene for what this could mean for the Steelers and the division as a whole, because if this deal comes through, it could be a game changer. So here's what's being floated around in the NFL rumor mill. The Chiefs, with their cap space pretty tight for 2026, are potentially looking to move McDuffie before the next season. The proposal being discussed is for the Steelers to send a first-round pick in 2026, plus a fifth-rounder the same year to Kansas City in exchange for McDuffie. Now, that may sound like a hefty price, but let's break down why this could be a steal for Pittsburgh. McDuffie, a first-round pick in 2022, has shown flashes of being a shutdown corner, especially in the slot. His PFF coverage grade for 2023 is sitting at an impressive 92.6, which ranks him as one of the top corners in the league right now. That's elite coverage ability, and the Steelers could really use that kind of talent to bolster their secondary, especially considering their recent injuries and struggles at corner. Now, if you're a Steelers fan, you're probably well aware of how our secondary has been dealing with injuries, particularly with Porter Jr. going down. That's left us a bit short-handed, especially against the best passing attacks in the league. A player like McDuffie could be exactly what we need, an elite cover man who can lock down the opponent's top receivers and give our defense that extra edge. His ability to play in the slot at a high level is particularly valuable in today's NFL, where most offenses rely heavily on quick passes and slot routes. McDuffie's stats this season are eye-catching. He's allowed just 1% of targets to be completed when he's covering, and his EPA per play is 34, which is fantastic. That means when he's on the field, the defense tends to perform better. Plus, he's been a force in forcing incompletions, with 16 forced incompletions so far, showing how disruptive he can be. Now, let's talk about what this could do for the Steelers' defense. If Pittsburgh manages to land McDuffie, it immediately upgrades their secondary to a top-tier level. Not only does that help against the likes of Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Deshaun Watson, but it also provides a reliable cover corner to match up against the division's best receivers. In fact, projections suggest that with McDuffie on the roster, the Steelers' big play allowance in the passing game could drop dramatically, potentially from allowing 34-plus big plays per season to something much more manageable, maybe even top in the league. Imagine the confidence that would give our pass rush and overall defense. And if you think about the matchup against teams like the Ravens or Bengals, adding someone like McDuffie could make a real difference. For example, when matching up against Dante Jackson, McDuffie's presence could reduce the opposing team's yardage per target by around 2-4 yards. That's significant because it translates into fewer explosive plays, fewer yards after catches, and a more disciplined secondary. And with McDuffie's versatility, he can also be used to shadow the opponent's best receiver, adding even more flexibility to our defensive schemes. Now, you might be thinking, well, why would the Chiefs want to trade him? Well, the NFL cap situation for 2026 is a factor here. Kansas City might see the value in getting a first-round pick that could be used to select a future star. Plus, with the Chiefs already stacked at corner and safety, they might see McDuffie as a tradable asset to address other needs or to free up cap space. It's a smart move for them, especially if they believe their current roster can still contend for another Super Bowl with the talent they have. The odds for Kansas City to win the Super Bowl have also shifted, going from plus 5,500 last season to plus 1,500 now, reflecting how they're positioning themselves to be even more competitive. And speaking of Super Bowl odds, this potential trade could be a huge boost for the Steelers' championship chances down the line. A top-tier corner like McDuffie could help us contain the league's best offenses, making our defense more formidable and giving our offense more opportunities to control the game. The Steelers have been building a solid roster, but secondary depth and talent have been a concern. Adding a player of McDuffie's caliber could be the final piece to push us over the top, especially in a division that's only getting tougher with teams like the Bengals and Ravens always in the hunt. Now, let's not forget the history here. The Steelers have always valued excellent corner play. Think about the legendary defenses of the past, with guys like Troy Polamalu and Rod Woodson. Today's NFL might be different, but the principle remains the same. Having a shutdown corner can flip the script on any game. And with McDuffie's skill set, he fits right into that tradition. He's young, hungry, and already proven he can handle the pressure of NFL games. If Pittsburgh pulls this off, it could set the stage for some serious postseason runs in the upcoming years. Of course, it's all still in the rumor mill right now, but the signs point to a possible move that could shake up the AFC North and the entire conference. The Steelers, with their draft capital and need for a lockdown corner, might see this as an opportunity to strike. Whether it happens or not, it's exciting to think about how adding a player like McDuffie would change the landscape for the Steelers. It's a bold move, but that's what championship teams are built on, taking calculated risks to get better and finally bring that Lombardi trophy back to Pittsburgh. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Steelers are in a position where they need to be aggressive if they want to contend deep into January. The secondary has been a work in progress, and the addition of someone like McDuffie could be the catalyst for turning a good defense into a great one. He's the kind of player who can change the momentum of games, create turnovers, and lock down the division's top receivers. And if the Steelers can swing this deal, it might even send a message to the rest of the AFC that Pittsburgh is not just content to compete, but to dominate. We all know how much Steelers fans love a good defense. That identity has been a cornerstone of our franchise for decades. Adding a player like McDuffie would be a throwback to that mentality, emphasizing speed, agility, and shutdown coverage. It's the kind of move that can energize the entire team, boost morale, and send a message that Pittsburgh is serious about reclaiming its spot at the top of the AFC. And let's not forget the impact on the locker room. Young players like Joey Porter Jr., who's still developing, would benefit immensely from having a veteran elite cover corner like McDuffie to learn from. The culture of hard work, excellence, and winning is something the Steelers have always prided themselves on, and acquiring a player of McDuffie's caliber would reinforce that culture. It's not just about improving the roster, it's about making a statement that Pittsburgh isn't settling for anything less than greatness. In conclusion, this potential trade involving Trent McDuffie is one to keep an eye on. It embodies the kind of bold move that can turn a good team into a championship contender. Whether it happens or not, it highlights how the Steelers are always looking to improve, always aiming for that next level. And if they do manage to land McDuffie, rest assured, it will send shockwaves through the AFC North and the entire league. It could be the move that finally pushes us over the edge and back into Super Bowl contention. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.